Hello, friends. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Candace, and I am the owner and creator of a digital stationery brand called The Paperless Plannery. And today I am going to hit on a very controversial subject in the planning world. It's the GoodNotes versus the NOTEFUL. This is not to sway you either way. I just get asked a lot of questions about the two apps. So I thought, what better time than to put them literally side by side and discuss and show how to navigate them. Then you can make an informed decision about how you want to plan and move forward from there. So if you are interested in that type of content, please keep watching. Okay, first things first, I want to talk about the amount of time that I've spent in each app. So I started digital planning in GoodNotes it was the end of 2021. So I want to say November. Yeah, it was November of 2021. And then I started planning in NOTEFUL on March of 2025. So I've been in the two products, oh my God. I've been in the two programs for those amount of times. I feel like I've seen a lot of updates, even in a little bit of time that I've been a digital planner. I know 4 years may not seem like a long time, but digital planning itself has actually been around for a while. It's just now more and more people are starting to do so. And we're starting to see a lot of different shops and content come up, which is a great thing. So, which is better? I know you're like, which one is better? I wish I had a 100% foolproof answer for you, but I don't, because I'm not you. I don't know what you use the apps for. I don't know what you are willing to tolerate from one app versus another. So I'm not here to sway you either way. I'm just going to sort of show you the interface. So let's start with GoodNotes. So this is GoodNotes. I can actually probably do this and you can see it. Okay, this is GoodNotes. GoodNotes just did an update a few days ago. This looks completely different. I actually love the way that it looks. It has been a little, glitchy, but there are a lot of new features. They moved some things, removed some things, and in my opinion, it's a little harder to use. But this is coming from someone who does not use the app every day, okay? So that's GoodNotes. This is NOTEFUL. This is my NOTEFUL. My NOTEFUL is stacked full because I do create in my Etsy shop. I have getting very close to 350 products. So I have those all in here. I have a lot of stuff from other creators that I was using. I just need to go in and clean up some stuff. So this is a completely unclean version. So this is what my NOTEFUL looks like. If I'm going round one, round two, or round for round, I guess, if I'm talking about pure looks and aesthetic, I like the look of GoodNotes better than the look of NOTEFUL. I feel like that's fair to say. Another thing I want to bring up is that I have not updated this iPad. This is the iPad Pro 11-inch. I have not updated it to the new iOS 26, which is why I'm able to still do a split screen. So I just want to be transparent about that. All right, let's talk about starting a new notebook in each. So the good thing about me using this iPad Pro is that it is so big, it looks like two iPad minis. So I will go ahead and start in GoodNotes. To add a new notebook in GoodNotes, you click on the plus sign. It does give you options to add a folder, quick note, study item, scanned document, a photo, and then down here, these are some new things. You can import things, which is great. I mean, you've always been able to import, but it's just here now. This is where you go for a notebook, and then this is where you would go for a text document. So to start a new notebook, you go to notebook here. It gives you the option here to name the notebook. You can change the language. You can add a cover or toggle that on to add a cover, and then go to the cover and choose if you choose so. It does give you some size options. So like an A5 is a different size. A lot of people use paper planners that are A5. Letter, that's I think it's 8.5 by 11. You can do a custom size. It does give you the option to do this in portrait or in landscape, which is great. So that is how you would create, and let me go back in case I need to do that ever. That's how you create a new notebook in GoodNotes. Okay, so now let's create a new notebook in NOTEFUL. You hit the plus sign, and it's going to give you pretty much the same options. They're just worded a little different. So notebook, create, a quick create, that's like a quick note. You know how you can swipe up from the side here and Apple Notes opens. It's sort of the same thing. Import a file, scan document. So you can see the similarities there. I'm going to click on Notebook. And again, it gives me a lot of the same options. It just looks different. This is where you create your notebook name. This is where you toggle on your cover or not. Again, these things are it's very similar. And when I see people either confused, which I totally get the confusion, or the fear of changing, it's pretty much the same app. So that's my opinion. They just look different. The colors, you can choose colors. These are the predetermined colors, but you can also make different colors. Here it is again. So A5 letter, a lot of these things we saw in GoodNotes. And even here, this is portrait, and then that will change it to landscape. So that's how you would create a new notebook in each of the apps. Okay, so I've gone ahead and created a new notebook. I made them the exact same, so they're both a regular letter legal size document, and they both have no cover. So, and they're both just blank papers. So this is what it looks like in GoodNotes. As you can see, here is your title. You can click that caret there to get some of the information about the document, change the title if you would like. And then here you have your toolbar. So your toolbar is up here in GoodNotes, and then here in Noteful. Here's your toolbar. It looks, to me, I feel like GoodNotes looks more like a file, like if you had a file folder, whereas Noteful looks more like a window, if that makes sense. But again, you can click there, get the same information about your notebook, change the name of it if you would like. And then your toolbar, well, mine is to the side. And this is something that I predetermined when I first started Noteful. You can change that by going here and changing where you want your toolbar position. So if I wanted it at the top, it would look like that, okay? So that is just sort of a side-by-side of what the notebook would look like once you create it. Okay, what I've gone ahead and done is I have opened up a second window in each of the apps, and that second window has a digital paper pack. I just chose one at random. This is the Funky Flamingo digital paper, and then here it is in Noteful. So you can sort of see what it looks like to open up something in a split screen in each of the programs. There's your difference there. You can do this if you want your Noteful to look more like the GoodNotes, or you can just, like, you can change that, or you can just make it fit, and then it'll fit, okay? So the next thing I'm going to show is how you import a piece of paper from one document to another. Okay, we're going to start with GoodNotes. So if I want to import this from one notebook to our new YouTube demo notebook in GoodNotes, what I would need to do is hit these three dots. It's going to bring up a menu of its own. Second option on that menu is copy page. Okay, you'll get a notice that it's been copied. And then you're going to want to toggle to the notebook that you want it in. You're going to want to hit your plus sign, and you do have the option to either paste it before this page, after this page, or if you have multiple pages in this notebook, make it the last page, okay? For now, I'm going to say that we're going to paste everything after the page. So I make sure that I've chosen after. And then down here, you have the option to paste the page, to add an image, to import another document, or even like a different template. So let's say you want a blank page, but on the next page you need, you want to do some like bullet journaling. So you need a dotted page. You can do that there. But we are just showing how to add a page that has been copied from another document. So simple enough. I hit paste, and there it is. There's my first page, there's my second page, and that's in GoodNotes. Let's look at the same process in Noteful. All right, I'm back in Noteful on this side. So to copy and paste from one document, so we're going again from this Funky Flamingo digital paper to our demo, what you're going to want to do is hit the 4 squares here on the left side. Now, I've never tried this anywhere else. So I'm going to see if I move my toolbar. Yes. So that 4 squares, they go wherever your toolbar is. So if you have your toolbar at the bottom, the 4 squares is a part of the toolbar. Mine is always here in the left because that's where I keep my toolbar. But if you keep it at the top, then those 4 squares will stay because it's just going to be here in a portrait. If you go right or bottom, that's going to move. So you're going to go to the 4 squares. It's going to bring up every page that is in that document, okay? Whatever page is outlined in the blue square with the little magnifying glass is the page that you are on, okay? You want to make sure that that blue square and that magnifying glass are on the page because that's the page you're going to copy. Once you get to that page, you're going to hit copy. It's going to say 1 page copied, and then we're going to X out of that. We're going to go over to our document that we want to paste it in, and you do the same thing. So you can go here, back to your 4 squares. You can insert, but we're not worrying about all that right now. We just want to paste. In this way, when you hit paste, it will default to paste after, okay? So you don't really get the option to paste before or after in this way. I can show you another way that you would get that option, but if we're just going side for side, plus sign, you would just have to paste it and it will go after, okay? Now, if you wanted a little bit more control over where you're pasting that page, what you would want to do is on your toolbar, again, if your toolbar is here on the left, on the top, on the right, or on the bottom, you're going to go to your plus sign. That's going to give you the option to enter in a page. So you have a few different ways. You can do it the 4 square way, or if you want a little bit more control over where your pasted page is going to go, you can do it this way. So you click page, okay? This is where it gives you some more options. You can do it before the current page, after the current page, at the beginning of the document, or at the end of the document. So again, I'm going to do it after, and then we are going to, no, we're not. We are not going to do that because I forgot that you cannot paste that way. I am so sorry. Let me just double check before I completely say no, but yeah, I forgot. You cannot paste this way, but you can add a paper. So there, if I wanted to add something that's like already predetermined, I can do it this way, but to paste, you would have to do it the 4 waffle way. Now, would that be an amazing feature for NOTEFUL to add? Absolutely. But yeah, as of right now, I completely forgot. You have to go the 4 square way, and you only get the option to paste after. If at this time, and I'll paste another one just, if at this time you say that you want this page to be first, you would grab the page in front of it and just switch them back like that, okay? I have tried to do it the other way around. Sometimes it works, like then it did work, but a few times I've done it and it'll open up an entire different window. So I wish that was something that they had, but if we're being honest, it's not. And that's the way that you would do a paste page. Let's talk about exporting a page from one system to another. So let's say I want to use this paper in NOTEFUL, but I'm working in GoodNotes. Is that possible? So in GoodNotes, let's give it a try. I have not done it this way, but I don't mind trying this out with you guys. I think it's good to be sort of experimental. So if I wanted to paste this page into NOTEFUL, and we're just talking about documents, we're talking about PDFs right now. We're not talking about stickers. That's a different method. If I wanted to paste this page from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL, I would hit the export button. Export is like a little, it looks like an open box with an arrow going out of it. So think about it as GoodNotes is the box, the document is what you want to go out of the box, okay? And then this will give you an entire menu. You're going to want to click export this page. If you hit export all, it's going to export the entire document. If you just want one page, export the page. If you want everything in this flamingo digital paper document, you would do export all. So we're going to choose export this page, and it's going to give you 3 options. First is GoodNotes. You would never want to do that because it's already in GoodNotes. There's not really a reason to do that. An image means it's going to save it on your images and your photo library. Again, not really what we want to do. We want to save it as a PDF. As you can see, when you choose PDF, it's going to turn it red and flatten it. What that means is that if there were stickers on this page, after I flatten it as a PDF, those stickers will not be able to be moved, okay? You're going to then hit export, and it's going to give you an option of where you want to save it. I'm not going to do that because it'll bring up like my recent contacts and stuff, but hitting export, the next will give you a menu. In that menu, you would save it as under files is where I save mine. Okay, after you get it saved to files, if you wanted to then say put that document, and to put this in a real world perspective, let's say you wanted to take your current planner. So let's say you have a planner, it has stickers, it has all your information, all your appointments for the whole year. You want to move that to NOTEFUL, or vice versa. If you've been in NOTEFUL and you're like, I actually really like GoodNotes more, and you want to go back, when you export that as a PDF, like I said, nothing's going to move. As long as you're okay with nothing moving, totally fine. Once you get it over, you can then start adding more stickers, and the new stickers will move, but anything that was flattened would not move, okay? So now that we have this saved to our files and we want to put it in NOTEFUL, what do? This is when you hit the plus sign here. You're going to choose page, and then you're going to do import a file. I'm not going to click this because, again, if I click it, it's going to bring up everything that I have saved and some private information that I don't want to share. You click import a file, it'll bring you to the choice of a photo library or your files. You go to your files, you choose the paper. You'll see your most recent usually. You choose that, and then you can open it there, okay? And let me actually go back a step for you, because we don't want to open it in another document. So you would go back here to your plus sign and then hit import file. That's going to bring it up as its own separate document. And that's usually what you want to do. Okay. But you can import into another document. You would just do it the way that I just showed a minute ago. So starting from a brand new file, I want to get my old, or I want to get my current planner from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL, import file, and then go to your files. It'll bring you to your files app. You choose that file. Okay. I want to take this page from this notebook in GoodNotes to, let me find it, this notebook in NOTEFUL. Then you're going to add from here. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Next, we're going to talk about moving individual stickers from one app to the other. You can definitely move stickers from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL. So if you're a creator, your favorite creator only creates in GoodNotes, or if you prefer to keep your stickers in GoodNotes, you can do that. If you have a creator that you like and you're brand new to GoodNotes and you've been in NOTEFUL, you can go the opposite way as well. The only catch is that you can only do one sticker at a time, okay? So we will show, which is why a lot of people are offering PDFs. If you had a PDF file, you upload those directly from files, and it's just a little easier. Okay, so I have the GoodNotes side is where I have my digital paper. So this is our, sorry, I was in the wrong one. This is our demo notebook that we've been working with. So I have my paper here, and then I have my Funky Flamingo sticker pack on this side. So we're going to go from stickers to GoodNotes. I'm sorry, stickers from NOTEFUL to GoodNotes right now. So you just make sure your lasso is on. Again, a lot of these things, a lot of these tools, and we can look at the different toolbars in another video. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm not feeling the best today, but that'll be a good one for my next video. I'll do the toolbars. But yeah, just make sure your lasso is on. Make sure in here that your images are on as well. And then I'm going to lasso October. I'm going to hold it, and it's going to bring up a little bubble. Hopefully you saw that. When you lasso in GoodNotes, it does bring up the, like, almost a transparent image of the entire sticker. In NOTEFUL, it just gives you like a little blurb when you hold on to it. I do like the GoodNotes version better of that. Okay, so lasso it, hold it, watch it sort of pop up, and then drag and drop. Okay. It only did half of it. Is that something that I did? There may be something that I did. And again, I don't really know what's going on with the two apps here. So let me try a bigger spot. So maybe I do need to do all of it. Okay, so that was a me thing, and I had no idea. None. I thought that when you lassoed a small piece of anything, because I've done it before, and that may have just been a fluke. Let's try July. Yeah, apparently I do have to lasso the entire thing. So when going from NOTEFUL to GoodNotes, so your stickers are in NOTEFUL, you're trying to get them to GoodNotes. You're going to want to lasso everything. Hold, watch it duplicate, and then drag it over. It does make it just a little smaller sometimes. I don't know why that is. I'm not really a big fan of going from NOTEFUL to GoodNotes for this reason, but going from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL is much easier. So if you're somebody that's going from NOTEFUL to GoodNotes, you see how it brought over like some of my other stuff? It doesn't do that from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL. So something to think about if you are somebody that will potentially be going from from NOTEFUL stickers over to GoodNotes. So we're going to do it the more common way that people are having to do it, going from a GoodNotes sticker pack over to a NOTEFUL document. Okay, so I've switched places now. So now I'm in my YouTube demo document in NOTEFUL, and I have the Funky Flamingos pack up in GoodNotes. And this is how I got all of my stickers over when I made the switch from one to the other. You do not have to make the switch at all. It is not something that is necessary or even required. You are able to use GoodNotes stickers in NOTEFUL without having to individually move every sticker unless you want to. I'll say that again because that's the question I get asked a lot. You are able 100% to use GoodNotes stickers in NOTEFUL. You just have to move them one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and lasso September. Okay. In GoodNotes, and this is old GoodNotes. I'm now in new GoodNotes. I'm not used to new GoodNotes. Yeah. So I will say off gate, as somebody who has never had to go from a NOTEFUL sticker book into GoodNotes, but I've had to go through a 300 GoodNotes stickers to NOTEFUL. I find that going from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL is easier. It's easier than going from NOTEFUL to GoodNotes. As you can see, when I go from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL, I can just circle the tiniest little bit of this, hold it down. Let me do it again. Hold it down, watch it duplicate, the entire thing pulls over, okay? I'm going to go back and show you again the NOTEFUL way. And actually, I don't want to confuse you, but just sort of rewind if you need to see. When we tried to do it the other way, it only lassoed the smallest. It only lassoed whatever we lassoed. So if I only lassoed this much, and let's actually try it. Now that this sticker is here, let's try to put it back over here. Why not? So you know how I just lassoed a small bit going from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL? I'm going to try that here. I'm going to lasso a small bit, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's not going to do it, right? It only put the small bit. So let me get that out of here. So now I'm going to lasso the entire November that I want and bring her over, and then that comes in. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. If that's something that you're thinking about, keep that in mind, okay? So I could do my entire spread from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL. So let's say this was my daily spread for today. And I would go, and today is the 25th. I would grab my 25. Now this does happen sometimes as well. Sometimes when you go from GoodNotes to NOTEFUL, you're going to see a black box. I don't know why. There's no consistency. I would say of me taking stickers over, it happens once every 10th sticker. So again, it's not really a big thing, but it is a thing. So as you can see, I can put this here. Today is Thursday. I'm going to grab this. Okay, there's my T. We're going to put that here. You can use your lasso. You can definitely drag and drop using your lasso, or you can copy and paste. So we'll try a copy and paste. To go into NOTEFUL, we'll press paste. And then there it is. Okay. And then we'll say that this is our daily for today. All right. And then I think that'll be it for that, actually. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick example of going from GoodNotes stickers over to NOTEFUL. So I use GoodNotes as my sticker book, and I will use NOTEFUL as my planner. And then here I'll just, for funsies, put hello YouTube friends, if I can spell. And this is fast. My handwriting is usually not that bad, but I'm just doing a demonstration for you guys. All right, I think that's going to be it for now. Let me know if you like this kind of content where I sort of do like a boxing match style of showing you this is how you do this in GoodNotes, this is how you do it in NOTEFUL, this is the difference that it looks like, just so that you can have a more informed content that you can go to if you're somebody that's trying to decide which app is the best app for you. Also, I would like to add, these are not the only two apps. There are so many apps out. There are Zoom Notes, Notability, Notion, Free Notes. There are so many note-taking apps. These, I would say, are the most popular two right now, especially from social media. I am trying other ones out just to sort of see what's out there and see what I like. I did try out Notion. I didn't really get Notion at first. I don't think I gave it a fair try. It was only about 15 minutes, but I might go back into that. So again, if you want more videos like this, I feel like this was so fun. I can definitely do more. I know I at least want to talk about the toolbars and see how things sort of stack up for each of the apps. So the next video will probably be the same, like round for round with the toolbar. So hopefully if you're not subscribed, you will subscribe so that you can see that content plus more. I do, like I said, everything that I'm showing is in my Etsy shop, and I will put a link to my Etsy shop in the description. Okay, I hope that whatever you're doing, you're planning either digital or paper, you're getting your thoughts out to have a more productive day. And like I said, I hope you follow me, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.